Y'all might not be able to see me, but it's cool. We just gonna go on whatever we got to go on. Y'all see it's dark, so alright. But I wanted to finish my topic from yesterday about Supa. Now, what I wanted to say was, when it comes to root work, and to me, if you haven't heard of the story, just I would go to the news or to her particular Instagram or whatever. So supposedly she was in the hospital for a little bit of while. Excuse me, y'all. And she basically went on to say that she had memory lapses. And this, well, from what I saw, this raised a couple of eyebrows for a lot of people. Everybody was not necessarily in uproar, but it was more so the fact of, I guess more people knew her than I did, really. And they kind of felt that whoever she's around threw roots on her. Me, however, it kind of resonated because I'll let you know why. And a while back, I work at a facility for the mentally disabled, as well, as I do conjure root work and all that. So, as I'm doing I'm headed to work, and this was maybe like a month straight. I'm doing my work, I'm getting home, bathing, resting. So, I would notice every so often that whenever I happen to get up, or if I'm asleep, I'm having to get up because of my back started hurting. I haven't had a nightmare in maybe like a while, but it started happening, and I wasn't really just paying it no mind. And this is going on for like a month straight. So, knowing I needed to cleanse, and all that, because one thing about it, when you're a healer or you're a bruja or a bruja, you have to keep yourself cleansed at all times, especially in some environment where physical touch or communication is heavy. But not a lot of people do this around me, so I have to be keeping this in mind, So, one evening, I think I was on the phone or something, and I seen a particular chant for the evil eye. If you don't know what the evil eye is, basically it's like a spiritual attack that anyone can put on you through a glare or a glance, or if they just look at you. Now, I've been aware of the evil eye. I'm the type of person where I believe in offense and defense, but like I said, lately I've been slacking off. So when I did back to when I seen this particular mantra, now I do root work, and I'm a devotee of the Orisha, but I'm a little diverse, and I saw this particular mantra online, and I didn't think none of it, but I just went on ahead and just took note of it and went about my day. Well, a couple of things has been going on since then for me to realize that I needed to cleanse, and two, I needed to use the mantra to protect myself at all times from the evil eye. So, I mean, the class was coming like, okay, well, I think I got somebody throwing at me. I think I can't, I got people bothering me. Or this one particular lady, she has been coming to me about this particular woman, which is throwing her bad juju or whatever. And I've been having to do work to oppose that. So, as I'm doing the work, hold on, y'all. Sorry. Okay. So as I'm doing the work, everything's going fine. But one particular day, I don't know why, but it was a Friday, and I went through my notes, and something told me to use this mantra for the evil eye. I know y'all can't see it now, but I have my mala beads with me, and I usually wear them at all times. And so I sat there and I meditated and I used the mantra. I didn't think anything of it, but I went by my day. When I tell you that this mantra is powerful, and as akin to me going about my work day, the next day, which I didn't have to go to work that evening. I think I had to go to work that night. And when I got there, something told me, like, as I'm on my way to work, something in the air was like telling me, like, bullshit, there's bullshit in the air. And I thought, something's wrong. So I got to work, and where I am, we have to get briefed on what happened during the day and things of that nature, so moving along. I get nothing but, it wasn't drama that my coworkers was telling me. It was more so that it kind of made me think, like, okay, something's wrong, like, whatever you did must have worked. So, as I'm getting briefed, I realized that whatever was on me, it must have went back to the person that was sending it. And I think it was, I don't want to say who it is, but I think it was a manager. Okay? So, I did the mantra, and I received feedback on that particular mantra for a reason. So basically, whoever this manager, she had a breakdown. She told us that she got into a wreck. Just pure shitty situation. And I thought, like, wow, like that evil eye is really something else. And I took note of that ever since. And ever so often now, since a month later, I begin to notice a lot of patterns when it comes to certain people that have the evil eye, or they'll talk about it, or they are under basically a spiritual attack. I wish I could see me. Maybe if I move a little bit. Okay. Y'all won't be able to see me. But anyway, so as I'm going about my day, almost now, I was seeing it on the news, about Supa, and, what happened to her, and, I thought, wow, that's bad, but, someone else put everyone on game and say, okay, well, there's something wrong with this situation, because once you think about who Supa is, A, she's from New Orleans, B, she's a self-made millionaire. And what resonated with me with this situation is the fact that the matter is that she is from, where she's from, and also she's a millionaire. And when news broke out that she had memory loss or amnesia or whatever the case may be, there were a lot of people that was reading into the situation, and I thought like, okay, this must be something that is going on with a lot of people. Not just me, but a lot of people in the spiritual community. I guess people in the mundane world, you would say. And like I said, it resonated with me. And if it were me, I would, she has a situation with her boyfriend or fiance. They're saying that all of this is alleged, by the way, for entertainment purposes only. But they're saying that the guy doesn't love her as he should and all this jibber jabber. So I didn't read into the situation myself, but because it resonated so heavily, I guess I didn't need to. And me, on the outside looking in, if it were me, I would go ahead, in Supa's perspective, I would go ahead and just cut my circle. Because a day after everyone was realizing what was going on, I guess, in the spiritual community, there was her friend, I think her name is, I can't think of her name, Tokyo. She posted something about, the priests and priestesses that's, I guess, been coming to her. And I guess she didn't help the situation because she was like, F y'all and all that. If it were me, if I had a friend like that, I would run very, very far and fast. Because when someone is offering to help you, now I do agree, some people are out here for clout and to break bank and to use other people. But I feel if it rings a bell with certain people and they're root workers or witches or whatever the case may be, if it were me, I would take on someone offer, whoever, I guess, Supa's perspective. It was Supa. If it was Supa, I would go about seeing this particular person or people that is offering to help. Tokyo, however, I don't really know her. I really don't care, but you have no place to speak up on the reason why some people are offering to help. She's a genuine and loving person, and plus she needs protection. Obviously, because whatever's been going on isn't helping. You know what I'm saying? So, as I was saying, I saw the post that the girl made or whatever. I ain't think nothing of it because the simple matter is, when it comes to people like that, I wish y'all could see me, but oh well. But when it comes to people like that, she's not helping, for one thing. Let's get that clear. She's not helping at all. She could very well be the person. I hate to say this, and I'm not, and I mean this with wholeheartedness. She could be the very person that's throwing this at this girl. Now, you don't have to necessarily use root work to throw at anybody. You can use, like I said, the evil eye. And what it is, basically, is just like I said, it's a spiritual attack, but it's the most simplest, but it's the most effective. Because in my particular situation, I had no idea that I had jealousy around me. I knew it, and plus the environment that I work in is a little gossip, drama, mess. With females, it's quite different. So I can understand for a person to not be willing to go that route, but me, and I'll be honest, there's no excuse because I'm a root worker. I'm a spiritualist. She's in such a vulnerable moment right about now because if you look up, like I said, she's from New Orleans. Predominantly and historically, most people that come from this area, and side note, I'm from Alexandria, Louisiana. I'm like 2 hours away. So we hear about root work. Well, I heard about root work since I was little. Never really got into it until I got older, but that's another story. So you have have these things in mind with the girl that's being, I guess she's trying to be the ultimate friend, and I guess trying to tell people not really to help, or your prayers are needed. For one thing, a lot of people have prayer fucked up. Seriously. Prayer is not to be used as worship or used as begging. No. Or to use as a fuel for sorrow. You don't put anyone down for trying to help. If it were me, like I said, I would take upon her offer, or whoever offer is can see into the situation with divination, with their deities, you know, if it were me. And a lot of the times we won't be aware of these situations because spiritual always comes before the physical. Always. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you're around. It will always be spiritual implements and signs, symbols, synchronicities, happenings for you to know exactly something is either wrong, you're in sync with the universe, God, Olodumare, or whoever, whatever, first. You're going to know. But with us being in the everyday lifestyle, you know, in her perspective, Supa, Tokyo, whoever else, perspective of living everyday life, shopping, you know, all that other crazy bullshit, you know, of course they're not going to believe in it. But it's funny because I think most of them are from New Orleans. You know, New Orleans is a ley line. New Orleans is a vortex. So I'm pretty sure that if they were to account some of the weird and freaky happenings around the area, none of us will be surprised. But that's neither here nor there. Now, thoughts, and like I said with my other video, thoughts and prayers are with Supa, and I hope she gets better. Because, like I said, the evil eye, or if someone is throwing roots at you, it can be quite difficult to get off your back. You know what I mean? So, a couple of things that you would have to pay attention to when you know that something is wrong, or if they're doing head work on you. You know, headaches, not being able to focus, spreading yourself too thin. And another thing about Supa, she has too many friends. She has too many friends, and she needs to cut her circle, like I said earlier. But, you know, if you're not spiritual, I guess, you know, or if you happen to be Christianity, you know, this is not a debate. I'm not saying this to be biased or anything of that reason. I come in total peace. But most Christians will always tell you that just because you don't believe in something, that means that it's not going to work. That's not true. That is not true. Not true at all. So, as I guess the story is getting you know, unfolded, there were a lot of, like I said, there were a lot of people that read into this. I'm not reading into it. I mean, it's not that I don't want to, but I mean, everything is already unfolding. You know, let things be, and we'll see exactly what's the outcome in the near future. But some ways that you would know that you could have the evil eye, or you could, you know, you could be under a spiritual attack. You're not able to rest. Like I say, you're spreading yourself too thin, headaches, having the feeling that someone is watching you, small, minor glitches in your technology, you know, cuts, bruises when you go to sleep, even though you went to bed fine, You know, especially if you're not a praying warrior or if you're not a praying type of person. That can be the most detrimental thing you can do on this earth. Is not have your protection up. Always have your protection up. So when you do this, when you find out that you could possibly be under a spiritual attack or be under the evil eye, and this has been going on for centuries, like, all you really, to be honest, the only thing you would have to do to implement this technique really is just to have negative thoughts about a person, glare at them, and boom, there it is, with enough emotion. But I'm not going to go further into that. But some of the ways you can protect yourself from the evil eye, like I say, spiritual attack. You know, the most simple cleansing that I know, and even when you do cleansing, sometimes you have to do more than one. That could be 3, 6, 9, 7 times, however, you know, your root worker or your priestess tells you. Black coffee, a cup of strong cup of coffee, lemon juice. I like lime juice, myself, but chamomile, you know, rose petals, sea salt, you know, those are some of the herbs or some of the things that you can use to protect yourself. Or, you know, like if you was to make this into a bath, you know, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows what to do with a bath. You know, make this into a decoction, steep it, strain it, however many nights you have to do it, use it for that particular night. Also, prayer. You can use Psalms 23, 37, 41, 91, you know. And I'm just going off the dome, but the most effective that I've seen to work against the evil eye, and I guess there's other rituals out there, but to me, is a reversal. A reversal. And you do this by taking a plate, a glass of water, and flipping it. So when you have the cup, it'll be upright. But you put the plate on top of the cup. That way you'll flip it, and the cup will be upside down. You can pray to a crossroad deity like Papa Legba, Elegua, Eshu, you know, or Saint Michael, you know. Or, to make it even more effective, you can get a double action reversal candle. I think there's some on Amazon or whatever else. Use this addition with the reversal. I promise you it helps. Because what it does is it's going to send back some of the evil and some of the nastiness that most people send on certain situations. It always helps. I will always recommend reversals, or going to their deities to reverse some situations. Or you can use ammonia. You know, write out some things, you know, that you think is whoever is sending things to you, you know, you can send that back to them. You know? So that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope I didn't intend to be long, but I did intend to make a point. Again, this is your boy Papa Ken, and y'all be blessed. Bye.